Ooh, you're a nosy bunch. So, it's just gone 7. I haven't done my hair, and I haven't had a shave. But because I'm dedicated to the cause, I'm here to do another video. So, the lovely Joe New SW on YouTube, go and find her, she's got some cracking videos, has set me a challenge. It is 10 random Slimming World questions. So I haven't even looked at them. This is going to be so off the cuff. Hopefully I'll have some decent answers for you. If not, we pretend this never happened. You can go watch somebody else doing it and actually get some decent answers. Question number 1 is, you are hosting a dinner party for some friends. What 3-course Slimming World friendly dinner would you make? Right. Anybody who's looked at my pictures on Instagram knows that I don't really do fancy dinner. So if I was going to do a 3-course meal, I think I'd have to do something that was fancy, that people would actually feel like it was worth sitting down for. So I would do... Right, I'm actually going to cheat a little bit here, because back last year, maybe the year before, me and a lot of friends did a come dine with me style game. It was basically so that I could get them to invite me round to their house, so I wouldn't have to cook. Didn't really work out that way. I think we managed about 2, and then we all gave up and went to the pub instead. So, for that dinner, we made, the starter was a sweet and spicy sesame chicken, which I think was 1 sin. The main was, oh shit, what was the main? Oh, bugger it. I'm good at spaghetti bolognese. You can have that for your main. And I know it doesn't go with sweet and sour, sticky sesame chicken, which is really hard to say, especially if you've got a slight lisp like me. So I'm not going to do that one again. But yeah, you can have bolognese for your main. And then for your dessert, you can have strawberries and meringue with cream. And I think we worked that out about 4 sins or 4.5 sins by the time we made it up. But it was really filling and really tasty. It was nice. In fact, there is some pictures on my Instagram. So if I can be bothered to edit this like I should edit it, I will add the pictures onto the video over me speaking now. And if you don't see the pictures, it's because I'm lazy. But, yeah. Question 2. You've forgotten your lunch. What would you grab from a supermarket or convenience store? This is a regular for me. Now, there has been times, and a lot of you have probably done the same, where I've been sat in the supermarket car park eating a packet of ham, hoping nobody looked through my car window because I look really weird doing it. Or a fruit bowl or something like that. If I'm trying to be on plan, that's 9 times out of 10 what I'll do is I'll grab like a packet of ham or a packet of chicken or something like that. Just something that'll tide me over. I'm not really good at answering these. I'm better off the cuff just chatting shit about stuff, but we'll keep going. Supermarket sweep. You've got 60 seconds to grab as much Slimming World friendly food as you can for free. What do you grab? This is not a good question for me. I will go into a supermarket knowing that all I need is, I don't know, a bar of soap. And I will still walk up and down every single aisle, just in case. So 60 seconds is probably just me looking at the first thing I've seen. I usually shop the supermarket closest to me. You walk through the door and you're straight on the fruit and veg. So I'd probably buy a load of strawberries. That's about as far as my fruit and veg goes, actually. I run for the cereal bars. Fresh meats. This is really hard. Oh, no, this is not going to be a very good video, guys. Sorry. Hopefully the other question. I should have researched this first. That would have made me look a lot more professional. I could have looked at all the questions and thought out some good answers, and then this would have flowed a lot better. 60 seconds. See, it's taken me more than 60 seconds to think about it. I'm not good on a not a budget. What's the word? On a time scale. I'm not good with stuff like that. See, I can't. 60 seconds in a supermarket. Go. I'm running in. I'm going straight for the Freddos. I have a lot of Freddos. Oh, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I need more than a supermarket run for me is a 2.5 hour job. I'm not good at the supermarket. I'm going to come back to that one, or just avoid it and hopefully you forget by the time we get to number 10. Number 4. A new member's joined Slimming World. What piece of advice would you give to them? Oh, this is a good one. I can do this one. be honest. Be honest with yourself. Don't worry about being honest with everyone else. We've all had those times where we go, oh yeah, it's been a fab week, because we don't want to admit that we caved and had 14 crunchies. But the truth is, we do have shit weeks. And if you can be honest with yourself, it's going to save yourself a lot of disappointment. And I think you'll be stronger and better for it. I've had those weeks where I've stood on the scales and I've had 2 on, and I think, I didn't deserve that. I've worked my arse off. I didn't deserve it. And I've told everyone else, I did not deserve that. I should have had 2 off, 5 off. And then I'll sit and I'll think, and I'll be honest with myself, and I'll think, well, actually, I went over my sins on Tuesday. Then I had a Chinese on Thursday. And that McDonald's drive-through on Friday night probably wouldn't have helped either. And then before you know it, actually, you're not really as on plan as you think you are. And also, I still find now, even now, and I'll try to always be honest with myself and honest with you, and I'll skip sins. So I might make a sandwich and I'll think, right, it's about a sin's worth of mayo. And the ham is free and the cheese is a bit of my A choice, and I'll hope for the best. And then I won't count the butter. For some reason, butter is like a blank space in my brain. If I make a sandwich, butter rarely gets counted. So it might only be 1 or 2 sins worth of butter, but then when I'm 1 or 2 sins over that day, or every day, that's going to add up. It's going to really add up over the week. So you've got to be really honest with yourself. Don't kid yourself. I've said in the past to myself, oh, well, that doesn't really count. And that was only a scraping of whatever. So it's only probably 1 sin when really it's probably 3. And I think, oh yeah, great, I'm only on 8 sins for the day. I got another 7 or 17, depending on if you get 15 or 25, to play with. But you don't. You don't. And then you convince yourself that you do, because you want to feel better and you want to be able to have that bit more freedom. And then you get to weigh day and you think, oh shit, it's not really as good as I wanted. So be honest with yourself. Follow the plan. The plan works. Number 5. Do you exercise? And if so, what do you do? Right. Now, I've said in the past, for the first year or so that I was on Slimming World, and that's, funnily enough, when I lost the bulk of the weight, I didn't do any exercise above what was normal for me to do, like taking the dog out or walking to work or going to the shop or whatever. I didn't increase my exercise in any way. After a while, I did join the gym, and I didn't, to be honest with you, I didn't see that much of a great improvement. In terms of my fitness, it did wonders, but in terms of weight loss, it didn't really aid me, I don't think. Number 6. Whereabouts on myself have I noticed the weight loss the most? What I notice the most when I'm losing the weight is my legs. I've got rugby player legs, I always have, thick, like tree trunks, but my thighs do tend to sort of shrink down a little bit. They're still massive, but they shrink down a little bit. Same with my calves. If I'm going to put weight on, I know that it'll go to my love handles and my neck. So that's where it goes. So as I'm losing the weight, my head will still look huge, and then all of a sudden it'll shrink in. Which, you know, is good. I look like a lollipop sign for a little while, but then obviously it goes, and then I'm back to having a neck. But yeah, generally it's my legs will go smaller first. Love handles, man. When are they gonna go? 7. Do you have any weigh day rituals? I do. I will always have a light lunch. Always have a light lunch. I don't believe in starving yourself before you weigh, and a lot of people I know will get a group, especially if you go to a later group, like a 7:30 group, and they're starving, itching for food because they've starved all day. Well, let's be real now, right? You can starve all day. That might make you get an extra pound off on the scales, but it's fake. It's not real. Because you don't starve every day. If you starve every single day, not, which you shouldn't, but if you were to starve every single day, then your weight at 5:30, 7:30, whatever, is going to be realistic. If you just starve on weigh day, you might think, yes, I got an extra pound off. But you're going to go and put that straight on because you're going to stuff your face as soon as you've weighed. It's not realistic. So every day I have lunch. So on weigh day, I'm going to have lunch. I might be slightly physically heavier because I'm carrying my lunch in me, but it's a realistic weight. it's realistic because I eat every day. So I should still eat on weigh day. I'm not explaining this very well, but in my head it does make perfect sense. So I don't think people should starve themselves on weigh day. So I always make sure that I eat on weigh day. I also make sure every single week that I weigh in the same clothes. For me, that means that I know if I have a gain, I've had a gain. It's not because I put baggier jeans on or a heavy coat. And if I have a loss, I've had the loss. I can celebrate me. It's not because I'm wearing lighter jeans or a lighter coat. Other than that, actually, I don't think I have many weigh day rituals. What meal would you cook if you had a budget of £7.50? Now, until recently, I would have said bolognese, simply because bolognese is my favourite. I make a really good bolognese. All of you come round, I'll make it for you. But my local supermarket is like a mile away. And if I don't go to that, I've got to go miles and miles away. So I go to that one. And their lean mince, for the same pack, has doubled in price. So it's gone up from about £3.70 to, when I went down there last week, it was £6.20. So that's a huge jump. A huge jump. Especially when you go up, because obviously we've got to get the 5% or lower, you go up to the 7% or 12% or the normal one, and the price just gets lower and lower and lower. And I understand there's an effort in there making it lower fat, lower calories, etc. But I don't think that you can justify the price. So if I'm spending £6.20 on the mince, you're probably coming round and having a plate of mince. So I'm not going to make my budget meal of £7.50 spaghetti bolognese. My other favourite meal, which is so basic, and you can have it free. It's not full of speed, but it's ham, egg and chips. You can't beat it. A couple of spuds, stick them in the oven, fry an egg, bit of ham, egg and chips. If I'm feeling really adventurous, and if they've got the cheap beans down there, you can have some beans as well. Ham, egg, beans and chips, it's pretty filling, tastes good. What more can you want? Have you kept any of your old clothes from when you started the journey? I have. Now, I'm going to edit out the bit where I just walked to the wardrobe because I'm doing this in my pants. And these are the jeans that I wore to my first ever weigh. I don't know if you can see. This might be a nightmare to edit later. So these are the jeans that I wore to my first ever weigh. Which I've kept because such a huge difference. Look at them. So I am standing back. If you can see my pants, I apologise. So these are the jeans that I wore to my first ever weigh. They are a size 48. Now I'm currently in a 38, so that's 5 sizes down. I didn't wear a shirt to my first weigh because I didn't realise it was a formal event. But before I started weighing, and the reason I started going to Slimming World is because I had to put on an event, a black tie ball. Everyone was in tuxedos, I was supposed to be in a tuxedo, and I was dying because I thought, I don't want to be seen in a tuxedo, I want to be in a dark room wearing dark clothes so I can blend into the background. It was my event, I threw the event. And it was wasted really because I hid away. And then I saw a picture, I had a picture taken, my mum came, and I had a picture taken with my mum, and I have shared it on Instagram, of me wearing this shirt. And that was enough for me to decide a change has got to come. This shirt is 51 inches. Now, it's a bit of a nightmare because the buttons aren't done up. But you can get probably me and someone else in there now. 10. Sum up your journey in 3 words. 3 words, man, that's so hard. You've seen how much I talk. Still going forward. No, that sounds crap. It's taken ages. No, I can't do that one either. Can I do 4? Hoping for the best. Because that's all I'm ever doing, hoping for the best. I'm hoping that I get a loss, I'm hoping that I feel comfortable, I'm hoping that my confidence comes back, I'm hoping that I hit target, I'm hoping I get my next award, I'm always hoping, I am looking forward, I am always trying to be as positive as possible and I'm always hoping for the best. We can't work miracles. Life happens, parties happen, days out happen. But as long as I can always keep hoping for the best, as long as I can always keep sort of trying to move myself forward, that's all I can do, really. And as long as I'm always hoping for it, I'll always be trying. I haven't given up yet. So, yeah. So yeah, those are my 10 random questions that I've answered. I think I'm supposed to tag 3 people now, and I've got a feeling I'm probably the last person to do this, but I will tag a few people below. So if you feel like doing a video of your very own, and we can all be nosy about what you do, then crack on. So until the next video, thank you for watching, thank you for coming back, tuning in, leaving comments, subscribing. If you haven't already, subscribe. I don't know what it is. Press that. Is it a bell or I don't know. Subscribe, like, comment, or not, whatevs. But yeah, I'll see you in the next video.